All right, guys, let's talk about zeroing red dots.
Palm pepper spray has recently reformulated for even more effect when you bless the deserving with the hot sauce. Palm is what I use between a harsh word and a gun and encourage everyone to do likewise.
Now that you have a red dot gun, you're going to have to go out and get a zero on it, right? Because we've put our battery in and we've torqued everything to spec and done it correctly, and we let the Loctite dry for 24 hours. Always. Okay, now we got to zero the gun, right? I am a big believer on red dot sights that we utilize an easy zero, right? For me, that's a 10-yard zero. Why 10 yards? Because it's easy and you can do it everywhere. If you want to utilize a 25-yard zero, cool, utilize a 25-yard zero, right? Let's talk about this, guys. Understanding zeros on guns is absolutely critical. How many of you have ever switched sights on your iron-sighted gun before? What we see a lot in the world is, oh, hey, I want night sights on my whatever, or I want a fiber optic sight on my whatever. Oh, cool, here, just buy this set of sights and throw it on your gun. That is a total no-go, 100%. The cool thing about red dots is we have like infinite adjustment. So we can get this gun dialed in wherever we need it, right? I suggest you do the same thing for your iron-sighted guns or your backup irons as well. Get the rear sight you want, find out by shooting your ammo what front sight you need height-wise, so on and so forth. Do a true zero on your guns. Zeros are incredibly important on guns, whether it's hunting or long-range precision or these guns. It is very important we get good zeros. That being said I utilize a 10-yard zero, all right? If I told you at 10 yards for a zeroed gun, you just had to put everything in here, would you be happy with that?
I didn't see where you pointed. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. I'd like it smaller.
Okay. I will tell you that that is not nearly refined enough to consider a gun zeroed. Okay? So typically what I do, and in fact I use these targets or I have some little pasters and stuff like that. This is a 1-inch square. At 10 yards, I should be able to place 3 rounds on that square to consider my gun zeroed. What does that mean? It means I need perfect fundamentals, okay? It also means I have to learn how to treat the red dot as a red dot. Remember I said earlier today that the red dot is a single focal plane solution. Why is it so great for us as defensive shooters?
Look at the target.
Because I can see what I need to shoot and shoot it instead of watching these little bumpy things that don't do anything I want them to do anyways. Okay? So I can focus on my target, superimpose the dot over it, and press the trigger. How does that work? Again, like I said, if you're going to be in on the dot, you need to be all in on the dot. You need to start shooting like a red dot shooter. That means you need to get target focused. This is going to be difficult in the beginning, okay? Especially if you have a lot of rounds on iron-sighted guns. What are we constantly taught about iron sights?
Focus on the front.
Focus on the front sight. Again, I already told you guys the greatest shooters in the world that shoot iron sight guns shoot them like red dots. They do not focus on the front sight ever. Ever, 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 ever. Okay? So, we need to start getting target focused. So gather in around here. I'm going to actually zero-ish my gun for you guys. And I'm going to take you through the entire process. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come out to the range, do my thing, make sure everything's good to go. I'm going to get my gun out. Okay? Now, I'm going to bring my dot out. My dot is really bright right now. In order to get a precision sight picture, I am going to dim my dot down to the point where I can just perceive it. Okay? Bring it down. I just need it small. My focus is on the target. The dot is gonna do some weird thing. You're going to be aware of it. It is going to tempt you. Look at me. Look at me. Don't do it. Don't look at him, okay? All right? It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, okay? So keep that focus on the target. Understand this, the dot can do whatever it wants to do. It can float, do figure eights, do squiggly lines. As long as you maintain your focus on the target, press, 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 press a perfect trigger, okay? That is the key here, okay? I typically, for my own practice, I run this in about 5-round strings, 3 to 5 round strings, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, let's go take a look at it. Okay, so I wasn't real happy with this one. Then I sent these two, and then I tried to correct it because I got scared on that one because everyone was watching me and I'm not perfect. I'm sorry. So I sent it anyways. I was like, that was dumb. Let's go look at it. All right. So for me too, I probably shoot another group to confirm this on my own and be happy with that 0. Just a little bit of fundamental stuff going on here with me. If I were to shoot this, let's say I printed a pretty good group down here, okay? I tend not to trust my first group out of the gun. It is more me than the gun, and sometimes our first groups or first shots out of anything, we're getting used to things, right? So we may be able to trust our first shot, maybe not trust our entire first group. I'll go back, I'll go shoot another group, right? Then I will make any adjustments to my optic that I need. The goal here is to get 3 rounds touching that square. Perfect fundamentals, guys. Let the dot float. Keep your visual focus on that square, okay? And press a perfect trigger. Any questions on that? Let's shoot some guns. Let's go back to the 10-yard line. All right, guys, at this time, go ahead and present your firearms to the target. Just present your firearms to the target. If you need to, at this time, go ahead and make ready. Once you have made ready, come to some form of a ready position, low ready, high ready, I don't care, but some form of a ready position. At this time, everyone holster your firearm. Safely holster your firearm. Okay, everyone has a round in the chamber and a magazine in the gun. At this time, go ahead and present your firearm to the target. Turn on your dot, do whatever you need to do, but I want you guys, get your guns out there, visually shift your focus to the square and see or perceive the dot on the square. Your focus is on the square, and we're just seeing the dot kind of dance around. Everyone seeing that? Good. At this time, if you need to, go ahead, dim your dots down. Dim your dots down to a point where they are barely visible, but you can still see them. Okay, and then come back to a ready position of your choosing. Okay, at this time, present your guns to the target. See the 1-inch square. Let that dot be superimposed over it. On my command of up, I would like you to fire 3 perfect rounds. Ready? Up. Okay, everyone in the holster, let me see your hands. Hands, please. Okay. Downrange with me, guys. Let's talk a little bit about this.